입장에서는 지금 팀이
He's won one
어떤
game
부분이
against
가장
Crazy Raccoon in the mirror, which they opted into with all these insane players, and he's back to row up X, mate. What did he do? What did he do?
최근에
tricked him
저희가
into the mirror,
이제
didn't he?
저희가 할 수 있는 템포 내에서 이제
All
빠르게
that-
Looking into his
시작하려고
eyes,
하는
stare at his eyes
모습을
right now,
보이고
and you know this
또한
guy has no
공격적인
clue what's
모습을
going
좀
on.
Look,
보여주려고
all I'm saying,
하고 있다고
right,
생각합니다.
is Rush was the coach of Once Again last year. And what did Once Again do at last year's Esports World Cup? They tricked Falcons into a Winston mirror. And now Rush is back at it again. New team, same tricks. He has tricked Crazy Raccoon into a Winston mirror. Now his team can win again.
Alright, if this guy gets a fucking Winston mirror today, I'll call him the fucking GOAT, okay? I'll take my hat off and I'll give it to Rush and I'll say GOAT.
오늘 경기는 순위권 그 이상으로 크림 싸움이다라는 이야기가 맞습니다. 그 의미가 더 큰데요. 그렇다면 감독 코치 입장에서 이 매치업 어떻게 보고 있을지 궁금해요.
Uploading the
일단
previous
이제
game
순위
mod
싸움에
now.
되게 중요한
Mods.
이제 상위권 팀을 만나게 된대요.
Farmer in a
그런
win mirror
날에 이제 상위권
Winston.
팀을 잡아야 저희가 더 높은 곳으로 올라갈 수 있을 것 같습니다.
상위권 팀 잡아서 우리 흐름 타겠다라고 들어봤는데요. 그렇다면 제타 디비전은 어떨까요?
네,
You fell asleep and now
상황이
T1 and Zeta is side. We've woken up just in time
이번
then.
경기를 확실하게 잡아내서 이
In the
알파의
perfect
선수의 포지션 변경이
situation.
저희 팀의 불안감이 아니란 걸 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
이야, 자 경기 시작 전부터 전훈이 감독입니다. 웃음기 싹 뺀 감독 인터뷰 지금까지 만나봤는데요. 그렇다면 맵 세트도 확인해 보시죠.
Bernard's career longevity is the most impressive thing. Yeah, I think what's also crazy for Bernard is most of the time when players take an extended break, they come back and it's never quite the same, you know? But Bernard actually seems to have come back and is better than ever since returning to Houston in Season 6.
You're actually spot on, mate. His break must have been an insane break.
It was Eddie Howe levels of break, you know?
Yeah, like Twilight, you know?
Really trying to put that shoehorn down, mate. You can't get that one in there. Unter has unfairly ruined the reputation of Mag, Yaki, and Zest among countless others. I reckon you can take the word unfairly out of there.
I mean, he has ruined their rep.
That bit I can't. I'm not gonna even start trying to debate you on that one. That's
I mean, there is the rep ruiner, you know. Like this is bread and it's fucking butter, you know.
Thank you, Rob, for the 9 months. Welcome back, mate. Hunter is for profit, exactly. You can see the future. What was that film where they had those Oracle? Was it Minority Report? You see Minority Report?
Mate, everyone keeps telling me about Minority Report.
What do you mean everyone tells you about Minority Report?
I'm not even joking. Fucking at the pub, last 2 pub visits, I've been. Rich and Josh have both told me, and fucking Damien too. Oh, fucking need to watch Minority Report. I put it on 20 minutes. I thought this movie was fucking shit. I turned it off. But everyone's so Minority Report killed. It's insane. How has it come off again? This movie is like in the fucking 90s, but this movie is
a classic.
It must be. I swear, I fucking. I don't know. Maybe I need to. Maybe I need to stick through it. You know.
Morning, Sam. Hey, Will 2 Fi. Is that a Sparker and Fi reference? Let's go T1. I feel like I don't know. I give Zeta the edge here, but I'm expecting a good series. Both of these teams feel like good recent results, looking strong this stage. Both have the meta feels pretty good for both teams. Lots of Hazard, lots of Orisa. Maybe one of the biggest gaps is actually going to be in the flex DPS, just because if there's still going to be a lot of Sombra played, which still seems very much a popular pick, it's going to be that's going to be better for Pelican than it will be Possessed. All right, the song's playing. Song's playing and cracking a cold one. Banara's on Winston. Kidding. He swapped it. Chris was about to have to eat his words there for a second. All right.
See, here I feel like from day one here we're in Zeta's comfort zone. This is where they need to
Wait.
be. Oh, I take it back, clearly.
The comfort zone has been thrown a curveball here from a Ryan Sim coming out the gates from Donghack here into the Orisa. Ryan into the Orisa? I don't know. History is history and all, as we know, but I've got some bad memories of this Ryan into Orisa here. We'll see how it works out for T1. They have been able to claim the high ground initially, 4-3, thanks to that SimTV giving them a faster rollout. Now the TP, but it's just a fake actually. Flora's going to kill that one, but they just want to sweep point here. Pressure onto Banara, he's lost a lot of HP. Obviously, while Ryan has a rough matchup into the Orisa, the Sim most certainly does not. And that's going to be first flip away of T1 already, and now they're just guarding the chokes, but Zest, he TPs and he gets booped in. Opening pick, chance for Zeta. Flora nearly has a bowler already. Donghack is trying to make some moves forward, but is getting all of his HP deleted. Now looking for a late trade. Coming in, Proud's going to find one and get out here. Pelican and Flora have eyes on that. They're going to try and play his life here if he can. Trying to snake his way out. Proud can get back to his team. Regroup there, and just a harassment TP from Zest that was interrupted and ruined for him. Now another TP onto the high ground, and T1 just cheating all of these retakes with the power of the TP. They have pressure on point, and they want to play for the flip. Ryan Sim playing through point. I've seen this one before, but Banara's killed Zest again as they come in. Flora is going to try and swing, but into Proud's angle as well. Now the Ray comes through from Vigilante to continue to force point. Donghack is going to group up in that one as they put more pressure onto Banara. Banara's 1 HP. Donghack pins into a wall. Pelican is behind. Despite it not going very cleanly, it's still working for T1. The Ray is a lot skewed as rallied to try and close this one out as well. Heavy investment, but they have control of a point. EMP onto that Terror Surge of the Terror Surge combo. EMP with that one as well. They've done so much damage, but Proud and Donghack, they're still standing strong, and Proud has killed Pelican. Banar's half HP. I don't think they can get it. Proud's going to be in a powerful position here. Take aim shots to trade in both. They both go down. It's just Orisa versus Reinhardt on the point. Donghack with the HP advantage though. Burner is low. Donghack just holding his ground. Pocket coming in for both tanks now as they flood back. T1 have had point the entire time. There's a shatter available for Donghack as well. Needs to play around the fortify. Looking for his opportunity, backs up to the choke. Rally comes in from Alpha. Donghack's going to walk back on. Looking for it now as well. Symbol comes through from spawn. Donghack goes down. The shatter doesn't go off at all. The Ray now to finish the job from Finn. There's still a player down. Wasting a bit of time on that TP. He's got eyes on the backline now. They're losing players. The backline has kited. They're doubling down Zeta Division. They keep going for skewed. It's a 1-for-1 trade only though. The point has flipped back for T1. Proud and Zesta behind. And it's all gone pear-shaped for Zeta Division. Every ult invested. They've lost control of the point. And Ryan was the answer all along. Keeping the Ryan on the respawn as well, Donghack here. And Zeta Division have one more chance in this retake. They only really got the bowler to do it with. T1 much closer to both their support ults. So if T1 can buy time, and one thing they've been able to do on this point is buy time, they'll get both of these support ults, and it should just be overwhelming. Difficult situation for Zeta right now. Bowler over the top, won't find too much as Proud takes a pretty aggressive swing out here. The pin has come through from Donghack in the back. It's separated them a bit. Alpha he's going to go down. Flora's 1 HP. They have conceded a flip now. Mistake here from T1 to concede the flip in this situation. They're trying to clean up a fight here, but Banar's just walking around killing the backline. How on earth have Zeta Division managed to do this? T1 choose to leave a point, play aggressively. They find only 1 kill out of it, concede the flip, and their backline dies before support ults. Zeta Division have made miracles happen out of this, and now they have a Terror Surge bowler combo, which isn't as powerful as both support ults, but it gives them something to work with. T1 can use the TP to rotate and just flip through onto the high ground. Same TP as last time for this retake. They get through. They have the Ray available. They've got eyes on Flora. Bolts come through as Flora can keep playing this coast angle. He's going to come back underneath. Now the Ray onto Benar, who has to buy time. Has the Terror Surge, remember. Terror Surge goes in. Now the bowler in as well, looking for Zest, but Zest is beam healing. It's keeping him alive, but the beam is going to expire. Zest is 1 HP. It's a trade though. 3v3. Skewed has the rally going though. Alpha, he died. 94%. Now the rally might be too much. EMP HP onto the shield. Donghack is one. He trades for it still, though. Skew's rally has expired. Flora is lurking around. Proud is 1 HP. Skew has now got his shield up. He's 1 HP. He's running. The Doomfist is coming back from Bernard right now. They cleaned it up. They're back in control of point. Donghack is going Winston. The symbol back from Zest. They need the touch, though. No touch in Zeta Division. Unbelievably win that round. Banter Life has reminded us of an important lesson we learned a couple of years ago. From Rush himself, Sim is good because he can utilize TP. And honestly, they should have had that. It was not this fight, it was the penultimate fight essentially, where they were close to both support ults T1. All they needed to do was keep playing point. Eventually, they would force a sort of overtime situation where they'd have no choice but to walk onto the point. Then they're going to walk into both support ults. Early pause coming in here as well between the rounds. Yes, honestly, I don't know. It obviously feels like a gamble, like a cheese comp or whatever you want to call it, or a curveball. And it was working. It should have worked. Really just a mistake from T1 on that penultimate fight to push out when they didn't need to. They had overwhelming ults. They had the pressure of point. The Rhine comp, the Sim comp always do so well if you can force that Orisa to make those moves. Fumble from T1.
I'm back. I feel like we should sync. I feel like I saw the Shatterjacks coming before you, not just because I'm smarter, but also because it happened on my screen before yours.
Yeah. We've hit a pause though, so we can do it when we get back to the thing. But yeah, actually, I can't. Such big fumble from T1, but a reasonable gambit, I think. I wonder if they'll do the same on University as well. Like City Centre has to be a step too far for the Reinhardt, but for University, it's really on. Are they playing on new Rhine? Yeah, live patch and everything, so maybe the difference maker. No fat shatter, had the flats pog ready to go and everything. Update title.
That's actually the most unshatterable comp to play against, to be honest. Like,
it was like a rally and brig just before it as well. It's, yeah.
Like, literally no one stands on the ground apart from Orisa, who has a million ways to not get shattered, you know?
Yeah, if you ever see a Freya shattered, something has gone horrendously wrong for that Freya. Thank you, Jarrett, I've got it. Oh, Iconics as well. Thank you both. Rare Chrissy appearance. It's part of a restructuring.
Yeah. Going under a strict structuring.
Hunter is currently drowning his woes with proper and Hambin in a bar.
The big free.
No, I got shattered midair on Freya the other day. Does still feel like, as for Freya, you might have to take some responsibility for that. What's worth noting as well is they actually started with the hazard ban here as well, T1. I don't know if they were using it to enable the Rhine or if it's just maybe an indicator that they feel they actually don't want the hazard matchup into this team.
Yeah, you would have fancied the hazard. Hazard would favour them more than the Orisa mirror, considering everyone knows Bernard is Orisa goated. But maybe you're right. Maybe they have like the Orisa counter up their sleeve. They just need to slingshot it back in.
Potentially for Monkey on the other map. That's true as well. It could be so on City Center they could play a Winston version or something instead. Yeah. Yeah, I guess in many ways it could actually just... both could be true, right? And they have like one plan. We're going to force them to play Orisa here. Then we want to play the Winston on City Center. And then we've got like this sim comp to try and mess them up. Mess them up on Gardens and University. If anything, though, it depends how strict the admins are, because this is quite a long break, actually. So, if you weren't expecting this Rhine sim at all, if you're Zeta Division, which feels pretty reasonable not to expect this, then normally you're not allowed to talk during the pauses. But I feel like they've been, at least in the West, I feel like you get away with it a little bit more now than you used to. So it depends how, if Zeta Division are allowed to do a little bit of chitter-chatter about this, a bit of time to think and breathe and decide what they want to do into some of these situations. Yeah, we're only a round in, but Zeta Division won. They won that Gardens, but they had to like big clutch. Is Chris one of the pro coaches with the longest longevity?
Ooh.
Let's see.
I mean, I've been around.
Season 2?
You know, I've been around. Honestly, it's fair to say that my career has only gone upwards throughout.
Yeah.
Everyone here would agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, if you plotted it on a graph, it might look slightly different, but graphs can't always tell you the full picture. I guess in reality, all the coaches are pretty long tenure right now, right? Like Junkbuck, Krusty.
Yeah.
Hunter as well, even. Are we playing any back with a Reinhardt? No, it was a full Juno Brig. Which, to be fair, if I've only seen little bits of it, but SR Peak Check, who are Cloudy's team in EMEA in Face It Masters, they've been doing a lot of Juno Brig with the Rhine version as well. I think it's probably fair to say it's probably actually in lots of ways still a pretty viable version.
I mean, if we could have back in the day, it would have been so much better than Lucio Bad, I think.
Yeah. When we were doing the Lucio Bap, it did rely on Landon and Admiral having to do a lot of crazy things and a lot of times. Like Landon, mate, could you just lamp every EMP perfectly for us? Not a problem, boss. Yeah, alright, this is solved the problem. Alright, back into it. We're on University, so it was more Rhine, more Sim. Zeta Division not changing the comp, but they had a little bit of time to think about this comp as we went into the pause. Thank you, Jazzy, as well, for the 6 months. Give us a flat spot for the Dong Rhine. He's got to hit the shatter first.
Do you want to do synchronization?
Yeah, Sim TP in, and I'm at... Oh, wait, no one's capped now.
No,
let someone cap. It's a Sim TP onto point. Bernard is going to anchor that point in, and he's actually out of the Sim beam distance here, so Bernard can anchor it for a while. So they try and go outside for some damage, but Florence found a pick-off during all of that, so they turn their attention to the Orisa, but Bernard is making some money moves through, and all the while they are focusing Bernard. Flora is free to take these angles, firing these bolts. He's found plenty of kills for his team, and this will be first fight going by of Zeta Division, and I am on 10%, 11%, 12%, 13%, 14%, 15%.
All right.
16%?
Perfect.
Easy. All right. So, yeah, getting the first flip there as well means a little bit of bonus reward for Zeta Division and all of this. They're going to have the bowler very soon as well. Thank you, Big Bog, as well. I will not shave my eyebrows, though. Not for a tier 1. Now Bernard nearly has the Terror Surge. They tried to take a bit of space on the high ground here, but Flora has flipped that back out as T1 continue to run around the map trying to clear space and catch Zeta Division out of guards. But Zeta Division, they are pivoting very well. They are keeping distance between the backline, and Bernard continues to anchor point. They're trying to turn a bit of attention onto him now, but ZTP, a little bit awry, can't get inside that room, and Bernard will finish that one off. Now player advantage, and Bernard can make an aggressive move, trying to spear them back in. Terror Surge comes through as well, damage to finish off Proud. Now more pressure on the front line. Flora already has the angle. Proud's found a kill, but this Orisa is just pounding forward, and it looks like Zeta Division, they may have found a bit of a solution here. Rear heads up play with all these, reacting to all these sim TPs. Alright, I'll say it right now for everyone asking about money. No amount of money will get me to shave my eyebrows 2 weeks before my wedding. Come on.
That's for sure not true, by the way, guys. Like, there is a number. Like, $1 million, and he's doing it. Like, there's no way.
Alright, for a million. For a million,
yeah.
Okay. Proud has gone down, and Pelicans dropped this EMP on top, so that is going to absolutely delete them. Heavy investment there, but the rally is no match for an EMP raid combo, and they just don't have all of these. Ultimate Symbol comes up in desperation. Donghack will not be getting a shatter off on this, and it's a 2-0 to Zeta Division. They deal with the Rhine. They give themselves that first map, and good adjustments from Zeta Division there into the Rhine comp. Managed to avoid all of those TP timings on that university, and will seal out map 1.
Okay, I'm going to be right back for 2 to 3 minutes, okay, mate?
I can do that.
You look after your chat, okay?
I'll take responsibility here.
Alright, for once, okay.
For once. Spitfire would have won that. You know it. We'd never lose to an Orisa comp. I'm going to take a few bites of this sausage bagel while we wait as well. Yeah, big bash from the shadow there. It's such a pain, because honestly, let's say they didn't blow this Gardens, they win this Gardens, they lose the University still because Zeta adapt, but then we get a City Centre and maybe they can play the Winston version or something like this, and the Hazard is banned, maybe that starts to look really good for them actually, T1. For $1 million, would I shave both and show up as Voldemort? Alright, I'm going to call everyone's bluff that nobody has $1 million here. I'm going to call everyone's bluff on that. You know, type 1 if you're a millionaire, but I think I'm safe. I just point out as well, it's really insulting that all of you millionaires aren't subbed. Literally millionaires can't spare $5 to watch the stream. Act broke, stay rich. You like the ads? That's why they're a millionaire, because they're saving money. I appreciate it, K Hunter. Thank you for robbing that bank. I won't tell anyone either. Morning, Cap. I'm a millionaire in South Korea. There's a currency problem here. Did you watch the Falcon CS game yesterday? No. I watched, as I tuned in, I was like in bed, and I saw it was still on, so I tune in, and I watched like the last 3 rounds of map 3. I really wasn't expecting it to be that tight though against GL, so a bit shocked. Ropey for Falcons across all games, but Falcons still got 3. I think Falcons still have a great chance of winning the Dallas Major. You're a metaphorical millionaire? No way they beat Vitality. I mean, I like Nico, I like Modesty. I'm a bit like, you know, it's just it's like a Man City-esque build a super team, a Galacticos just build a super team type roster. And Vitality, I'm such a huge fan of Apex. Their in-game leader, what a character, what a guy that guy is. Such a great character, such a personality. I think he's actually a top quality in-game leader as well. So, you know, won't complain to see Apex find some more success. You like watching the CS as the players stream each other mid-match? I mean, they're so good for it. I was watching... Did anyone watch... What I watched more of yesterday was the... what was it called? The Combo Breaker. The Tekken World Tour. Honestly. If you've never watched fighting games, just go watch. Either watch EVO or one of these big tournaments like the Tekken. They're so much fun. The players are always good for it. The casters are unbelievably high caliber. So entertaining, the casters. And all the players are pretty big personalities. Some guy turned up in a ski mask yesterday. Someone else turned up as Dr. Doom. Like, they like take it seriously, but they also don't take it that seriously. It's like a really good balance. A really good, what do you call it? A really good vibe, I guess. I don't know about the Capcom Cup incident, no. I'm a fan of Super Smash Bros. Melee. I watch it when it's on, like, because it's not at EVO anymore, right? But I used to watch it, I try and watch EVO every year, it's one of my favourite esports events, but I don't think it was there for the last couple of years, right? So I used to watch it at EVO, but I never really clock it that often. Like, occasionally I watch, like, Mango's stream, because Mango's always a good watch, but that's about it. Eating a sausage bagel. But that's got to come to an end. Because it is time for Suravasa. Chewing. Closing for Preds. Chewing. Cranking the volume. Alright, and it's going to be a Freya ban coming out from T1 as they take us to Suravasa. Kiriko ban in response. So interesting if they actually want to force the Brig version of all of this. Prevent a Kiri Lucio, anything like that. Keep Alfie away from the Lucio, potentially. But T1, I don't think I'm going to be too upset to play Juno Brig as well. Both seem probably really happy with this mirror. Didn't see Donghak take any of this. Bernard is very much known as the Orisa guy, but Donghak has been impressive, as he so often is. So this is going to be a really important matchup for the series. Who has the Orisa advantage? Should be good for Zeta Division on paper, but we'll see if that translates it into reality. Zeta's going to go down early, so not a great start. Donghak's going to hit a spear to try and relieve some pressure, but Banara's made the better investment in terms of these money moves. Takes out Skewed in the backline there. All the space, convincing first fight for Zeta Division. Really just all the back off the back of that pick for Zest. Obviously, if you've been in the stream before, you might have seen the Spin Doctor spinning a narrative about Zest not being able to step up. But I think it's got some weight to it. It's got some meat on the bone. Zest it looks very impressive against Crazy Raccoon, but you don't just have to do it once, you have to keep doing it. Another big test for him today up against Pelican. Going to be a lot of Genji, a lot of Sombra. Good heroes for Pelican in this meta. For now, though, Zeta Division actually have a Ray advantage, so T1 have to be very cautious with this walk-up. Have to be ready to disengage in this Ray. Zeta Division can just play to control. Any overstep will be punished, but Zest, he's stepping up. He's punched Pelican in the face. Narrative in shambles. The Ray comes out to try and turn the fight regardless. Donghak this is why we cut him. Now Bernard is still getting 2 kills with the Ray. And the ult advantage will be too much in the end. They will be forced back thanks to that earlier Ray. And this fight actually took so long that T1 aren't going to get much of a recontest here. It's actually Proud who is closest to the point that he can't bloody slide on. And they're just going to have to let this one go to the keeper. T1 take their ult advantage over to the next point. So Zeta Division, despite Zest's best efforts, will be losing that point. Double support ult will be in play for T1. That's going to be the key advantage, but there's everything except for Finn's Ray going to be available at some point in this next fight. So, still a lot of combos available, abilities to turn this one, but you really can't underestimate out of all the ults available in these compositions, the Ray is the most powerful. Chance to walk towards point with it now. Flora's got the overclock to try and make this walk up even more difficult if they can. Maybe force out an early Ray. If they can keep this Ray off point, it's good. The Vigilante's close the distance. Now the overclock comes through from both surgeons. Trading these rails. Ray over the top now for Vigilante. Pulling in. Terror Surge and Blade coming through. All the combos being thrown down. 1-for-1 kills so far. Blade to finish off Pelican here. Didn't get a chance to draw his own one. And they win that. And interestingly enough, the Ray is just enough. They actually don't invest for Rally there either. They just match for Terror Surge, match the overclocks, drop the Ray versus the Rally, and the Ray beats the Rally as well as the Blade. Now it's going to be a pretty reasonable situation for T1, where they have to deal with Pelican's Blade, but they've got the Rally for it here. So Skew can pop this one, save for Bash to deal with it. And it's going to be really difficult for Pelican to find value without any sort of Ray or Rally or Terror Surge, anything to combo with it. For now, though, walking up. Blade's going to come out pretty early from Pelican here. He has to go back immediately. They force the Rally. They're happy with that. But the Bash still connects and they'll kill Flora. And now they're going to chase for kills. 5v4 advantage. They want more out of this T1. They want the full wipe. The Zeta Division seem to have skirted far enough away and can now repush, take that Ray instead. They see it at 15% odd for Finn, so they're going to have to let this get to a pretty dangerous territory in terms of T1's capture progress. But once they have that Ray, they should be able to swing on point, and it's going to be T1's turn to disengage instead. They'll have a Terror Surge to retake with afterwards, but let's see how this disengage goes first. Finn has the Ray ready to go. Bernard already has his toes on point. Torpedoes will swing through, trying to take the space for free, actually, and they've done it without using the Ray. Now they're going to use the Ray to chase, actually. Cooldowns have been used by Donghak. They can't save him through all of that. Leaping in for a trade is Zest, but they've dealt with all of these threats. Good retake there from Zeta Division. I thought there was a point once they'd already got themselves on point. They'd won the neutral so hard, they could maybe just slow it down even more. But they felt the Orisa had no cooldowns. They could just push and kill. They get the full wipe. And they take that opportunity. Zeta's turn to retake. Sorry, T1's turn to retake now. They just need one retake for it, and they nearly have a Terror Surge overclock Blade to throw in with it as well. Even the Ray. And we've seen all the Rays be pretty successful so far in terms of fight wins. Vigilante will be hoping to keep that trend up here. With a Terror Surge and Blade to combo with it should be okay. But for now, they have the overclock, so they might just start with that one. Proud only needs 2% more. Swinging onto it, has the overclock ready to go now. Looking for his opportunity as the neutral comes in. Overclock is going to be popped to Spear's going to slow him down. He has to try and slide through all of that. Pulled into the Terror Surge. The Terror Surge has done so much for Bash from Alpha Yi. The Ray on point from Vigi. Oh, it's too little, too late. They try and go through it there, but they catch Proud in a difficult situation. Back against the wall thanks to that Spear. Tries to slide out back to his team, but there's a Terror Surge and a Rally there, so he just slides straight into the Bash. Alpha Yi converts that one, and Zeta Division 2 rounds ahead. T1 on the ropes a little bit here now on this Orisa mirror. And this is a bad sign as well, because Orisa's so popular in the meta right now. And even worse, they invested in that Ray, didn't they? So, the first Ray we've seen not win a fight. And now Zeta Division, they have DPS ults to walk back towards point. But a Terror Surge Blade for T1 mean they can be the aggressors in this fight. You see Donghak and Zest walking up to the choke already. Still 10 seconds before the point unlocks. Looking for their opportunity, fishing through, shield up from Donghak here to swing the corner. Seeing more and more people lean into that, but it's Flora with the overclock first, but here comes Donghak with the Terror Surge. He tries to slide out of it, but Blade over the top, onto Alpha Yi. Damage but no kills, but Alpha Yi is there. Having a bit of a hard time chasing down Finn. Not the prettiest Blade, but the combo does get it done. 2 for 1 ult-wise for T1. They get a flip. And they might even be able to get a late kill here. No, can't have the final rail Proud. But they've got control of the point. on the front foot, but dry on the ult back. Ray Blade coming back for Zeta Division, and T1 have... This is a really hard ult situation to kite. It might just be one where you want to play aggressively and play to trade instead. But Bernard knows they have ult advantage. He's just walking in. He wants to trade cooldowns to set up that Ray. Here comes for Ray. Here come for Torpedoes. Donghack is leaping in for a trade, but Pelican has got that one marked all over Alpha Yi right now. But Pelican's helping him deal with it. No trades for T1. And they get it done with just the Ray. They'll get this Juno off the roof as well. And Zeta will flip it right back. And now they've got Terra Surge, Rally, Blade all coming up combo-wise, and T1 continue to be in this ult hole. This Ray, that Ray back on point B, the point before this one, is caused irreparable damage, I think, to the ult economy. Now Zeta Division have all the ults to close out in this round, all the ults to close out in this map, put themselves 2 maps up in a series. Donghack's going to drop the shield at Choke as they try and swing. Trying to come through now with the Blade all over this Sojourn. Finishes that one off with a bit of help from Bernard. A little bit of a short dash there, didn't give a full length, but can get back out to team. So a one and done. More time off the clock. And most importantly for Zeta Division, it was a pretty quick fight, so T1 didn't get all that much ult-wise. T1 are going to be desperate for this Ray. They're still trading at the Choke a little bit, but Flora's got his flag. Now the Terra Surge comes in for Torpedoes, for Terra Surge, for Bash. Everything the same combo. The Rally Terra Surge devastates T1 again, and they're going to die pretty late here. So even though T1 will have this Ray advantage, they've got to get to point to use it. And look at Zeta Division, they're holding forward right now. They want to make this walk up as difficult as possible. Donghack's actually gone bull. An emergency swap to ensure they get the touch. And this allows the rest of T1 to play a bit slower at the Choke. They don't have to commit into anything. They can play for the point force. Donghack does get the touch in time. And Zeta Division have a choice. They're going to start moving back to it. Proud's found a pick on Pelican while this rotation comes through from Zeta Division. If they can get this one for free without using the Ray, it will be an absolute steal for T1. They're going to position onto point now. They're going to get the flip. And Zeta Division just playing it slow. Couldn't deny that touch from the ball. Flora is still lurking around. Donghack is half HP behind. Just harassing. And now they're walking forward. Zest comes through with the dive. Dashes through. Low HP. They finish off the backline. Flora's overclock gets nothing. Skewed out for Rally to back up that push, and they'll deal with this. Now a decision for Donghack. Does he go back and swap, or does he just stick for ball? I mean, he's bloody good at ball, so why not? The Orisa Mirror hasn't been working, so and now a bit more of an unorthodox comp from T1 as Donghack's going to position himself above it. Looking for a slam on this engage. Ray is still available for Vigilante, but Finn has nearly caught this up, but the slam is big for Blade over the top. Zespo, he's turning back to point. He wants to kill the players on point. Flora is alone, and so is Pelican, so he should be able to confirm both of these kills. Chooses for safer option rather than going for backline, and they do get themselves back into this T1. Ball is the answer. 1 round on the board. Still have to reverse sweep from this situation, and Zeta Division are getting close to that fatal combo. But Terra Surge Bash, there's not really much counters to it, because the Terra Surge pulls you in, and then you get bashed, and then you get stuck, and you take all the Terra Surge damage. It goes through all shields, etc. The biggest counter is just not having everyone get caught in it. Let your tank tank it. Obviously, with Bull, Donghack can actually probably just avoid it himself now. He's going to go for an early mines. They weren't aware he was here. The mines are going to get everything done. Flora dies immediately. Lots of damage on Bernard. Separation as well. Finn used for Ray. Was that a Jax? Yeah. Unbelievable. We saw the situation T1 found themselves in after Vigilante waited that Ray on B. And this Ray is even more egregious from Finn. And all of a sudden, no answer to the Bull. They've got the Terra Surge Rally combo. But if I'm T1 now, I have the overclock. I probably want to use this overclock quite early. Try and maybe force these ults out away from point. Make Bernard really have to cross a large amount of distance. Slam above.
Use Blade so I can swap Sombra too, I think.
Yeah.
It's probably on Pelican's now.
So much damage onto Flora here. The rally has to be popped by Alpha Yi. Trying to walk forward. There's an overclock the other side as well. So a ball behind, an overclock in front. Proud's looking for another opportunity. Sees Finn but can't connect for rail. Pelican now has the blade as well. Pressure onto Proud. He's going to slide away, but he slides into the Terra Surge again, and the Terra Surge connects. Blade damage goes and Bernard will get free in the end. Donghack can stall this point out for a while. Oh, he's going to play his life actually and stay behind. But it does cost him everything. Zeta Division, the rally early on to survive that ball engage, then the Terra Surge Blade to finish it. T1 have a really reasonable situation in terms of the ult retake here. They have the mines to force the point. They have the rally to allow their backline to actually play quite aggressively into Burner in this situation. And it's Zeta Division who end up dry with no ultimates. They're trying to mark Donghack as best they can. He's down to half HP. He has to get the Mega. This might just slow them down. Zeta Division vote just trying to manage all the sides right now. They turn around to deal with the ball, but a boot back in onto Finn puts him into a scary situation. Mines on point, and they just want to disengage, but Zest doesn't want to let them. Trying to go for more. Donghack rolls through, slash onto Finn, takes him down. Now Alpha Yi will fall as well. 2 kills there. Donghack continues to roll through. Late Mines kill somehow onto Pelican off a point. Maybe a whip shot from Skewed. Brig got the assist. And T1 going to be right back in control. Double support ult to convert it. And we talked about who's going to have the advantage of a Hazard mirror, who's going to have the advantage of the Orisa mirror. But I can tell you for free who's going to have the advantage if the ball is in play. Donghack with another slam at the choke. Flora's taken some damage but pocketed through all of it. Double support ult still available from T1 here, so it's just a slam to try and force it out. Flora's going to drop the overclock. Swings. Oh, Proud fails for sure as he comes around the corner. Ray boosts it up. That's going to be a one-shot onto Flora. No ultimates. Finn nearly has for Ray, but they've already lost Bernard. Won't be getting to this one. Shouldn't invest it either. Double support ult is available, but they're going to have to let this point go through, and we are going all the way on Suravasa. T1 on the brink of reverse sweep in this map. They had to use both support ults at the end there to secure the 2-2. So they are at a deficit for this one. T1 going to have to rely on Donghack and his Mines, Proud, and his Overclock. But the Mines have done so much, actually, in all of this. Zeta Division should be getting more and more paranoid. Pelican also onto the Sombra now, which will limit Donghack a lot more ways, more chances to punish him. Donghack just farming up the last few percent for these Mines. Proud's going to be playing the opposite side right now. Zeta Division very grouped up right now. I think they're just trying to play slow. I think they want to bait Donghack, but he's got the Mines now. The Mines come in. Plenty of damage out onto Bernard, and Bernard's completely separated. They have identified Bernard as the kill. All on him. He Terror Surges to live for full pocket, but he dies. It's a Jax. It doesn't go off. Alpha U's rally couldn't save him. Couldn't get the shield up in time. It's still a 1-for-1 trade only, but Proud's Overclock is getting through. All of these remaining players, they're low. Flora's going to fall as well. Finn has no choice but to drop off the map. And the Terror Surge rally, this combo now was so effective in the mirror for Zeta Division. These ults haven't been finding value since the ball swap. That was going to be one of the more difficult fights for T1. They win it, but the ults keep on coming. They've got a Ray to worry about and EMP to worry about. Zest now most of the way to a Blade, not a great ult. T1 probably, if anything, might just have to play for a net win here economically. Nares for Sombra punish onto the ball. Donghack does get away. They're going to keep rotating forward now. They want to use this Ray on point, but they have to cross Proud's sightline here. They're going to try and cross EMP on point onto the backline, but where's the follow-up from Zeta Division? Bernard's coming now, but the EMP is for naught. They're going to have to use this Ray as well, I think. Another chance for a slam to come through. They have got the flip. Zest nearly has the Blade. Walking forward. They've got them all pinned in a corner right now. But rally from Skew to try and get out of it. Ray in response from Finn. Zest nearly has the Blade. 1% to go. Another hack onto Dong as he comes through. Zest has the Blade now. Chance to pull it. He pulls the Blade. He's half HP. He's 1 HP. The virus deletes him. Nothing from that. Zeta Division move back towards point, but Proud is still finding trades. It's only Brig healing for Zeta Division. But the trades are enough for them to stabilize on point. Need to keep their eyes because Donghack's got another bloody Mines and Zeta Division only an Overclock. And they don't even quite have it yet. Oh, they will have it by the time the fight starts. Donghack needs a few more percent for this, and Proud is slightly behind on that Overclock charge. He's going to swing in as Donghack rolls through. No ults just yet for T1. They're desperate for it. Flora can pop this Overclock first if he wants, but it's Proud who goes first. Now the roll through. Flora's going to get slammed up. Finn is dead to that slam as well. And now Proud, he floods forward. He's got Alpha Yi in his sights. Can't land for Rayo. Alpha Yi's juking. He's got no shield left. The Overclock retake is good, but Mines continues to be a high success rate ult for T1. It goes to 99% for Zeta, but T1 flip it right back. And it's going to be one more fight for every last marble on this Suravasa. Ray available for Vigilante, Terror Surge, and nearly a rally for Zeta Division. The combo's a little bit more off the cards in some ways now because of a comp T1 have swapped over to with the ball. You see Donghack lurking up above as well. The whip shot is good. Bit of separation. Swings through onto the Juno. Early pressure from Donghack. Donghack. Trying to force out these ults early, but Donghack's going to hit another slam on another rotation. Finn is so low. Finn's taken down. Rally from Alpha Yi. They have to use it, but he's pushing into a Ray. He's going to get deleted. The Terror Surge comes out, but it's just Bernard spinning for nothing. They're all beaming him down. He finishes it off. And that's going to be T1 reversing the map.
Insane, actually. Like, Rush, okay. Rush is actually just being fucking carried by Donghack. Think about it, you know? Like, he uses map pick to just fucking go to Suravasa and play and just give Zeta the most comfortable mirror in the world, and they were about to be
They were
absolutely
dominant on it.
yeah, they were about to be 3-0'd until Donghak just plays one of the heroes he's insane at and then just solo reverse sweeps everything, you know? Like every slam setup was just didn't like peel it or rotate away from it or deal with it a single time. Actually insane. Like that pick was nearly so disastrous for them because they clearly can't win the mirror when there was so many maps where you could play something like this, like a fucking dive tank with the fucking dive legend on it, you know?
Yeah.
But I think too for Zeta, like I swear, holding the spawn is really good. But the second the enemy team makes a swap that compromises their ability to brawl, just go point, and then you just have a better comp on point, you know? But, I mean,
and then
insane.
Donghak
Like,
is forced in this situation because what a ball actually hates doing, as much as it's good at touching a point where it's like a back cap type touch to pull teams back, he's good at that. But once the teams are actually fighting on point,
yeah,
the ball doesn't want to be anchored to point. The ball wants to be swinging through behind, hitting slams, shooting people who aren't paying attention to him. So if he's forced just to keep anchoring point, it's rubbish for him. He can't have the same amount of impact. Whereas what they actually do is Zeta Vision, they get themselves caught in between both. And then I think maybe it was Proudy found a pick while they were disengaging as well, just to make it even worse. And the Sombra swap didn't actually help him at all, really. Like, we saw a few hacks go through onto Donghak, but he wasn't actually getting punished for any of these hacks, or really even cleared that often. Donghak still had outrageous uptime. Is Donghak better to have ball than jumping? There's a tricky question. I think what I will say about this comp, like this is the sort of comp where if you play ball into this Orisa type comp, there are tricky elements to it, especially with the Sombra, the Spear, the Whip, etc. But when you're playing it into like a ground tank comp or a brawl comp, if your team is winning, the ball is going to look so good doing it. Not to discredit Donghak, he did so much, right? He was incredible. But you get to farm these comps, and you saw how quickly he was getting mines and stuff. Whereas I think Jumpin has really proven it against every version of the comp he's played against. But, I mean, they're the top two by a mile for sure.
the real question, instead of glazing Donghak, we just need to ask why did we pick Saravasa? We need to make sure that we need to focus on the right things here, you know?
Question is now, because if I'm Zeta Division, what I want to do now is I want to go to Circuit Royale, right? Take that escort away. We're not playing Gibraltar today. We're not playing Dorado today.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed with you. Or if they have confidence, do Gibraltar and ban Winston while you can take it away. But it feels like it's just like slightly riskier.
Is Savannah in the pool? No, I don't think so. Korea have a slightly different map pool, but I think is it Shambali as well? Yeah, so Jib, Dorado Circuit, which we all have in the West as well, and then a bonus Shambali if they wanted to. When did I become such a Twitter troll? What do you mean? It was a legitimate post.
You fucking troll.
Not a troll, guys. Genuinely feel that way. I think Circuit will be better than Shambali. Like, what was it they played last time they had to play Shimbali? Get the comment spreadsheet. Where am I looking? Crazy Raccoon. No, T1. Won't take into Benbear. T1. Who won't take into Benbear? I swear I've seen T1 play a circuit. Was it all the way back on week 1? Oh, here we go. Yeah, they just played Orisa, Sigma, and Ram. Yeah, the classic, the classic circuit royale heroes. Runa Sappy. It's a mistake as well on the flip side, right? As Zeta Division are leaving a dive map open. Obviously, this is going to force an Orisa mirror, right? This is so it protects Orisa, ban Hazard. Maybe that's the one they're most scared of. Let me start the Preds for map 3 as well. Now we know it's Runa Sappy. Zeta drafts are always questionable. Yeah, we are actually two of the most informed teams, but also two of our biggest dodgy drafters. And Zeta Division going to start with a Moira ban. Not protecting Orisa. Wait, T1 banned Orisa already? T1 banned Hazard earlier, so the Hazard ban would be open. Have they banned Orisa already? No, they haven't! T1 have just banned Orisa! Oh my
Smart.
God. I mean, good from T1, right? They've taken the opportunity and they take the Hazard mirror now. But what were they scared about support-wise?
I don't know. Having to play break ban, so you have to play Lucio Curie or something.
Yeah, you could bully. I mean, you could bully Alpha Yi onto Lucio for sure.
It must be. I think it must be.
I mean, invariably,
Yeah.
when you have to do the draft, you can't protect everything, right? So you always have to sort of pick which one you feel is going to be the least impactful to you, or which one are you more worried about. So more worried about protecting the support picks than the Orisa.
Yeah.
They're not unhappy with a Hazard mirror either. But this is an important test, right? Because we saw on the Orisa mirror on the start of Natsurabasa. Now, 100% T1 now think we can't play this Orisa. Really backed up by the fact that they also banned Orisa on this next map as well. But now, who's going to have the better of a Hazard mirror? Worth noting, Pelican is going to start on the Sombra as well. Zed's not even going to lean into it. Kiri Lucio as well from T1. They seem much more willing. They're like, the Scucios actually look pretty good. So they're more happy to play the Kiri Lucio version here. We'll see how it translates into reality. For now, both on opposite sides of the map. Just Freya's firing bolts, looking for some of that take aim value before the initial trade comes in. They're going to try and rotate over to the other side here. Flora's going to pivot, just trying to keep space for Flora, preserve this angle. And if they want to play a little bit slower, Hat comes in from Pelican onto Proud. Big part of the Sombra is for that engage onto it, but as soon as they clear that Sombra, they realise there's no threat from the flank, so they just pile forward. And I imagine this is going to be a big trigger a lot of the time for Team 1, is when you see this Sombra, once Pelican makes that move, because remember now, as we get the cleanup in from T1, remember now with the like, whenever it was where they updated Sombra, that now you can't just perma-cloak, you have to do much shorter cycles in terms of setting up. Pelican's hand is forced a little bit more. He can't just choose whatever timing. He has to find that timing at the end of a cloak. So if T1 continues to play slow, they clear that Sombra, and then they push forward aggressively with that hyper-mobile backline, all of a sudden they get that 5v4 while Pelican is out of the fight. It was good against Sombra always to play around the Sombra's timing when he can clear her, but it's even easier now with Sombra's timing being so much harder to get off consistently. So, early first fight for T1. They'll take it up to this choke. We'll get another neutral. Swing around the corner. Hat comes through onto it. They're pressuring both Freyas right now, but it's Donghak who dies trying to play the aggressor here. Now the hack onto Zest, and he's going to get one shot. And after all that hard work, this time Donghak just goes a step too far. And they'll be forced to reset back over at mid. Ult-wise, it's going to be a Ray very soon for Finn. Alpha Yi's rally's actually building very slow during all of this. So T1 will have 2 support ults before Zeta have 2 support ults, but Zeta might have 1 support ult before T1 have any support ults. If you can follow that. Bowler nearly in play for both Freyas as well. It's going to be a side neutral choke. Donghak makes the first move again, bashing on. Alfie under severe pressure right now, but he has gotten away. It's Proud who falls to the Sombra, so while they're making these aggressive moves, there is always a chance for Freya can get left behind. They keep going forward, though. They're not backing it up. Another wall comes out onto floor. Ray is forced out from Finn as Kitsune Rush is traded. Skewed has the beat very soon. They've lost Zest. There's only 3 T1 players in the fight. If Skewed wants to invest right now, not gonna do it actually. Holding on. They're all so low here as well. Bernard eventually drops the downpour just to finish the job. Was only 3 players left, but it was starting to feel a little bit scary. Was a chance for Skewed to clutch with beat if he really wanted, but instead keeps hold of the ultimate. And now a pretty decent ult situation coming up in terms of a beat blade. Can cut through the rally, can cut through, well, a lot of things. Need to worry about the EMP though. Eyes on Pelican. If he can find a timing before T1 can go, they can just negate all of these ultimates. Pelican is behind now, will be cloaking up again. Kiri playing very split here from Vigi, so shouldn't be in it. Skew's going to beat round the corner now. They find an opportunity. Blade over top. Gets 2. Quick and clean one from Zest. Make it 3. And Pelican does not find that timing at all. The bowler was used. Beat Blade, it's a heavy combo. But they negate that EMP. They find a time to go forward, but T1 will now be in an ult hole as a result. They can probably get checkpoint off this. Maybe not, actually. There's a chance for Zeta to contest if they go really quickly. Remember, Pelican never died in that fight, so he still has this staging behind. He's got eyes and he's pinging for his team right now. Gonna get a hack onto the Kiriko. Cloak up again. They know which way he's coming from now, but can they stop it? They just go forward. They see the Sombra on the flank. They kill Alpha Yi. Now it comes through. EMP comes through from Pelican to try and trade these kills, but there's just losing players off the back of this EMP. Flora's going to find one trade. All over him is Zest. Has to reload. Chasing him round the corner. Deflect comes through. Just finish the kill. They've managed to deal with all these threats. Pelican is still off to the side round this mega where Donghak's going now to try and find him. Can't find him, but does get checkpoint. Ties us all up. And T1 again. It's so important these decisions they make around the Sombra, because you saw there, Pelican is not setting the EMP up as much as he wants. He is having to chase after T1. He's having to rush the EMP. So Zeta Division, they're not ready. And it's not the clean fight they would have hoped for. Now it's going to be a rally for Alpha Yi coming back. Skewed. Vigilante is going to have a Kitsune Rush very soon to match that one. Going to make it hard to be too aggressive with this rally. Barely comes through. Bash now onto Donghak. Loads of damage. Suzu comes through. Kitsune Rush in response. They try and take a bit of a back step, but the damage on Donghak was too much to recover. They traded it for Flora, but tank advantage. Banara's still taking a beating as well. Now a big angle for Proud. Needs kills though. Needs to find his carry. Pelican is on his case soon. Burner also on his case as well. Proud, where are we going? Enemies spawn, flying onto the coast, trying to get out there. 3 people chasing him. He's going to get a kill onto Pelican.
No way.
The payload's moving as well.
This hero is disgusting, by the way.
It was a 1v4. Needle 5 for that one, I guess. Now with these trades, they're actually going to stabilize at this corner here. And they have the bowler ready to go for Proud and a beat from Skewed. They need to be worried about pushing into this Ray timing from Finn. They've got pressure onto Donghak as well. Defensive rule from Donghak. He has to run downboard to chase. Bowler to chase. Suzu saves him, but only for a second. Skewed didn't have beat, and they should be able to walk back into this, but they've actually traded it out a little bit here. Flora's going to find that kill onto Proud. Zest is still dancing around. They just want trades at this point, T1. Any trade will do, as Vigi and Skewed are doubling down looking for it. Alpha Yi is the primary target, but Flora has the bolts to cover him. And Zeta Division will now be pushing, trying to regain the lead here. Next fight, super important. Ray versus Beat. Ray should win in theory. Maybe more of a chance if Zest can get to this blade, but they don't want to give up lead here, T1, so they might be forced to go a little bit before they have both ults. Sombra on the flank, out of the fight. Have a look forward, but no time to go just yet. Just going to put a wall behind Burner, try and pressure him out. Looking to clear the Sombra again. You see Zest dart over there to clear him. B comes through from Skewed, actually. The Ray in response. Burner's taken so much damage. Can he get back in the Ray? He's back in the Ray right now. Speedring to help him kite as well. Burner lives. EMP on top of everyone who was trying to kill Burner. And that's going to lead to every single kill for them. They'll clean everyone up. They did lose Finn, which is an annoying one to lose, but this will be enough to give them lead here, Zeta Division. Lead and a little bit to work with. Alpha Yi has the rally for this next fight, and it's going to be a difficult one for Zeta Division, but they'll be quite happy. They'll get a few meters to take the lead, and now they can invest this rally if they want. As long as they force more ults out of T1, they'll be happy big picture. Vigilante coming round, has to use this Suzu early to pocket Donghak. Donghak's actually taken a beating in so many of these neutrals.
Yeah.
now coming back. Right, Downpour comes out. Rally is there, but Downpour's locked up. Alfie's trying to get in front to shield it. Flora gets shut down on that bowler attempt now. Zest has the blade if they still need it, but the bowler is good from Proud to finish it off. And they do a pretty good job there of only investing the Kitsune and the Downpour, keeping it at 2. Maybe the bowler was in there as well. Zest now has the blade versus a whole lot of nothing. Skewed nearly has a beat. Decent chance in this one, especially if they find that beat timing. Zeta Division, on the other hand, are forced to play a similar situation as last time, where they just need to make this expensive for T1. If they can take a fight on middle here, it'll be good, but I feel like they're not actually there in time, so it's going to be at the corner once more. Remember, Zeta Division, they have a lead to play with, so trades will be good for them. Even if they lose the fight, if they can make it too costly for T1 to gain real meters, they can hang on to that lead. Pelican has to cloak and get out of that one for now, though. Onus on T1 to go, but it looks like they are waiting for Skew's beat. A beat blade was devastating last time they used this combo. You see Alfie at the corner right now has to be very cautious because he's going to be the primary target in these situations. 2% to go for Skewed. He has the beat. Now is the go time. Burno doesn't have the downpour. They come through. It's a 3-person beat only, but Zest gets the beat. He's all over one of the backline. Now the dash in. Another good blade from Zest. Backline has been deleted. Burno has the downpour if he wants to try and play for trades, but they're just choosing to accept that. And Pelican, it's such an important trade actually onto Vigi. They can push for lead now, but main source of healing gone, dry on the ult bank. That trade might have just saved it for Zeta Division here. Finn's going to have a little bit of a peek early. EMP, actually, they weren't expecting that at all. Pelican's going to go. Are they ready? Pelican gets the kill himself, so it doesn't matter. I think they could have just touched, and come back with player advantage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No one expected it. They're like, Pelican's actually so smart there, because the Kiri is the only one that can save them. Like, he can actually 1v4 EMP and get a kill there. And there's no way, like, they were coming. They thought they had 5 seconds more push before stepping back. I actually think that was Pelican play of the day, the PPP of the peak.
Now T1 still short on ultimates. Finn is about to have this Ray ready to go. Neutral have a choke, and Donkhack again just taking a beating in these neutrals. Downpour to chase him up. Wall isn't good enough, actually. It's not a wall, it's just... Well, it's not a roof, it's a wall. Donkhack will get locked up, but just survive. Ray comes out in response to this Kitsune Rush. One shot from Burner onto Proud as he tries to swing aggressively. Finn is going to get traded. Skewed nearly has beat. Donkhack has the Downpour. A chance to clutch for T1. 40 seconds left on the clock, but they choose not to invest to clutch. If the beat was available for Skewed, I think they go for that, but it wasn't ready in time. So instead, they're going to give possession back over to Zeta Division. They did trade for backline during all of that, so Zeta Division won't be able to get much progress. But final 25 seconds, Skewed has the beat, Donkhack has the downpour, Alfie has the rally, and they've got a few more meters to extend their lead here, Zeta Division. Pelican is set up behind as well. Paranoid about the Sombra as they walk forward here. Sombra timing is revealed. Pelican's going to cloak and go behind. But look how far back Zeta Division are. They've learned their lessons from some of these earlier fights. They are ready to disengage, not allow themselves to get punished around Pelican's timing. We'll have a choke from Donkhack just to try and win the neutral. Skewed is looking for it. He seems ready to go. The hack for one shot, though! Skewed wasn't ready. Pelican, they find the perfect one shot. The rally comes through. Bowler trade from Proud. They need so much, but there's no one left to touch for Carp. Pelican making many entries to the Pelican Play of the Day category here.
I mean, it's a fucking tough category. Nah, really good for them. Really good. Give Pelican a hug. He knows he needs one. Thing is, though, I think if you look at it from like, it's a dive team versus a team that wants to play brawl. I think push, flashpoint, and then if you are the lower seed, Oasis, and obviously if you're the higher seed, you get like the advantage of swinging it Ilios. 1-2 isn't the end of the world for T1 here, because they can pick a dive map now.
All five modes now, so it's going to be escort and hybrid no matter what.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like the two best dive modes by far are still open. I think you take Gibraltar here, you get a dive mirror, and then I don't know if the pool is the same. If it's like Hollywood, Kings Row, and
there's Icon
Midtown.
World as well. Yeah, but you can go Midtown, right? If you're Zeta,
yeah.
Presuming Zeta will
yeah.
Send it,
but
to map 5.
I still think, like, if you look at like teams like Way and T1, and I think Crazy Baboons sometimes, like a lot of these teams are doing like the Anakiri and the dive variants even on Midtown or something. So I think T1, these were the free maps or the free modes that Zeta needed to win. So like 2-1, I think you could easily get like you can cope your way out of this pretty well if you're T1, I think.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I don't think we need to see Orisa or like maybe Hazard is fine, but I don't think we need to see like an Orisa from Donghack for the rest of the series realistically if they don't want to. Like if they want to dodge that matchup across the map pool, really easy to do so now. I'll go Jib and then yeah.
Yeah, what bans have been used? So far Zeta Division, they banned Lucio, Kiriko, and Moira.
If Zeta win, and
Thank you, Toby, for the 8 months Prime as well.
That's the only problem is when it's like when you opt into brawl mirrors and then dive mirrors, all the dive bans are still open. So like Winston and Anna and Kiri, I think maybe Kiri isn't bannable, but yeah.
Yeah. It just means Zeta Division, like if you protect Winston, they can target Anna, they can target Brig.
Yeah.
I think against Vigi you probably actually really want to target the Anna as well, I think.
I think if T1 is smart, I mean Russia's got the pen here, so we'll see. I think you go Jib and then you just ban Juno, and I think it gets, or you ban like Lucio, so they have to play Juno Brig against your Anna Brig Winston. Yeah, I think you let them ban Winston, but I think Donghack can ball here, or Hazard if he needs to. Ball should be fine. What's the, yeah, Shambali. It actually has to be Gibraltar, I think. Otherwise it's like officially a Christiefer approved throw. And believe me, I know how to throw a series, okay guys?
You should see the arm on this guy. He can throw it from distances you wouldn't expect him to be able to throw it.
Oh. Haven't seen Hollywood before, mate. Haven't seen Hollywood.
How long am I streaming for? You want to get drops while I sleep? I don't know. I've actually got loads of viewers, so I might just... Should I just keep it on?
Might just raw dog it.
Should I just raw dog 9 like a
12 hour,
16 hour? It might be more. Yeah. Like
why not, mate? Why not?
16 hour stream. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So to answer your question, the answer is bloody ages, Rose. Bloody ages. So you're alright to leave it on and cup a nap.
Did you see this, by the way? You see Scott McTominay is the Serie A Player of the Year and won the league.
He's been unbelievable for him. He's actually...
I mean, I didn't realize he was the best player in the league, though.
I mean, he's been scoring so many goals. It's interesting that, you know, when we always talk about, like, he got all that stick for being not much of a holding midfield player. Fair to say, he's not been playing holding midfield for Napoli. And he's
been, like, attacking.
Exactly, yeah. And obviously Napoli actually still a pretty good team going forward. And he's been scoring loads of goals. He's done so well for them. And because they played, like, both Inter and Napoli both played their final game last night, starting at the same time. And it was basically Napoli had a 1-point lead, so they just needed to match the result of Inter. And then both teams go 2 goals up within half an hour, and all the drama is gone from the final day, and both games finished 2-0. Thoughts on Spurs? Bastards.
I mean, shit on there.
Though, in hindsight, the fact that I tuned into a Man United game, and what I saw was the Man United team failed to create a load of chances, then concede from a set piece. And I shouldn't be... I mean, I can be upset, right? But I don't know if I can be surprised.
Alright, Gibraltar. I'm hoping to see, I think, Juno or Lucio, or even Kiri banned here. And you actually have quite a few nice options, depending on if you want to force them to play Lucio Kiri, or you want to force them to play Juno Brig.
Let's see. Yeah, they've only used Hazard, Freya, and Orisa. I think T1's banned, so all of those options open for them. Am I a Forest fan? It's kind of my second team because I've been in Nottingham for so long. Juno.
Yeah. All right. Well, me and Rush same page.
Winston in response.
That's a worrying sign for me. Or maybe it's a worrying sign for Rush, to be fair.
Yeah, he wants to be.
When I think about it, you know.
With the other least, yeah.
Chris, how do you think TM match will go tomorrow? Listen, tomorrow's game is the best 2 teams in Europe scrapping it out at the highest level, okay? It could go either way.
Ross Tails versus Quick.
Yes.
My number 1 team is Man United. which has been it's been an ordeal. It's got to the point where it's also just so bad that I'm kind of just getting used to it, which is maybe worse in a way. But it bounces off me now, you know.
Anymore. Yeah, I just can't even be asked. It's just absolute fucking waste of everyone's time, you know.
Have I seen what team is in the DFB final, the German Cup? It's a third division team. Yeah, I saw Artemis posting about this in the Discord. She's sort of been following their run quite a lot, and they really just can't be stopped in terms of causing these big upsets. Better start studying your best players to stay alive. Who even are our best players? Come on. It's just Bruno. Bruno and a dream.
Anna, Kiri, Hazard. Okay. Don't have a problem with it. And then I guess if Bernard goes this, then I think Skewed gets himself a nice little swap on the recon test, and it feels okay.
Yep, imagine the Brig swap is very much on the cards here once they see that Diva. Bernard obviously has the option to mirror if he wants as well, but a Hazard mirror, as much as they won that map Zeta Division, it was certainly close. So I think especially with the Anna involved as well. No, actually changed my mind. Not only do they want to take the Hazard mirror, they're going to take a Kiri Lucio version of it as well. Sticking on the Sombra. Zest on the Tracer here. So Zeta Division happy to take more of the Hazard mirror now. We'll see how much of a difference the Anna Kiri can make. Now, the Anna Kiri version, we're talking more vulnerable backline here. Kiri Lucio about as survival as it gets, really, in a lot of these situations.
Yeah, good swap, I think, from Big Bernie.
Hack now onto Donghack, looking for the punish. He's going to get himself back onto that high ground foe, but this allows Zeta Division to keep the payload moving. Flora's not going to be able to make this rotation, but he's got supports with him here as Zeta Division continue to pressure the point. One thing that will be true as we go throughout this is that the Tracer will be better at anchoring the point on the T1 side than the Sombra will be. Ground's awfully low, but we'll be okay. You now see Pelican trying to set up for Zest. Zest has to be careful as he's in a 2v1, but he avoids that hack. Pelican and Bernard continue to try and play through point, but eventually they have to try and clear the high ground here. But Donghack forces the backline back, walls it off. They've dealt with the Diva so far in the backline, but now a chance for Flora to re-swing. More damage onto Donghack. It's actually Bernard who's found the kill in the back now with Pelican. He's going to be able to get out as well. Wonder if Skewed swaps at this point. He's 66% Kiri ult. The Brig swap would go a long way for him. But it depends if he wants to sacrifice the ult. Another hack onto Donghack now. He's going to get blown up. And you see Pelican cycling between these two options here for the Sombra. Does he set up for a backline kill and assassination? Or is he just a play to hack the Tracer or the tank, whoever's on point, and clear a bit of space? Using both options here effectively. And they're just going to get first point. Well, very little Zeta. Oh no. A pick out of nothing from Flora onto Vigilante, and that's going to be a difficult reset. This allows more free cart push, as well as a chance to set up aggressively. They've killed Pelican in the back, so that'll help them out here, T1, and they can retake with their Nano Kitsune Rush when they come back. But look at Zeta Division setup. Power position for their Freya, onto the high ground. Now T1 have to do a lot of work. Here comes Donghack. He's repelled at first, though. Did force the Suzu out as Finn tries to de-peek a lot of this damage. Payload is not moving right now. Kitsune Rush as he falls down. Don't know about that one, but Donghack dies on the way in. Kitsune Rush from Skewed to try and follow it up. They're losing players here. Now Pulse Bomb is out from Zest, but it's wide. Now Vigilante coming back, but oh, Proud is going to get Nano to live here, but all he can do is live. He has to de-peek with this Nano. No kills. A wasted Nano turn from T1. Don't know if it was worth it there. Maybe just had to sacrifice Proud. Now they've got really no tools for this. They do get that Brig swap finally coming in. That will help their backline in terms of survivability. But instead, Pelican is just choosing to bully Donghack with these hacks. He's got the EMP for this next fight, and he's got the backline in his sights. Skewed and Vigi trying to space, but it looks like Skewed is going to be the primary target. The Virus connects, Bernard connects for missiles. It's a one-shot. Donghack tries to back it up, and they are forced all the way out. Vigilante's going to die late as well, and it is full steam ahead for Zeta Division so far. 2 on the payload, late touch from Zest. Will have that recall force now. They're trying to buy a bit more time. Can potentially come back in if they really want. It's a downpour onto point. He's got the Freya on the high ground, actually. Donghack's going to get hacked, but he's found one. Proud on a big swing from the ship. He's given Bernard a slip as well. Backline's going to disengage into this little room, but here comes Donghack from the top, Zest from the bottom. They've got him pinned in here. They're trying to live. Bernard's come to help them out of this one. They're pinned in right now. They're killing everyone outside this room, so there's only 3 players alive. for Zeta Division in this fight. They're all in this room. Donghack comes to try and finish him off now. Eats for Wall, actually. Still making a go of it. Fin hits for Suzu. Nares for kill. They are going to be able to convert this one eventually. They'll get the D-Mech onto Bernard. They'll stagger this Baby Diva for a long time as well, because they are desperate for time off the clock here. Sleep does miss, so Bernard's going to be forced to walk off the edge. Skewed will show a little bit of mercy, give him a bit of a quicker reset as Bernard was close to mech. Big stabilization here for T1, because now they can get their backline onto this high ground. Vigilante and Skewed can play good positions. They have the Brig swap now to help deal with this Diva. They have control. All they need to worry about is this Kitsune Rush timing. Skewed might have rally in time, or should do at least, only needs 10%. That should buy him a bit of mitigation. Matrix out to allow Flora to swing here. Bit of space on the high ground, but Proud wants to keep that position. Half health. Pelican comes through for the hack, but Proud is switched onto that one. Kitsune Rush onto the high ground. They've disengaged underneath. Skewed has got the rally to live. Bowler gets thrown in for Flora as well, but it's Pelican who dies. Skewed finds the kill. They're hunkered up in this ship right now. They're holding on. Zest has dropped the recall. Trying to get that back in mech is Bernard. Flora is 1 HP behind. They'll deal with that. Zest has propulsion if he needs it, but they're all too low. And they hold on again, T1. More time off the clock, and the defense is starting to feel a little bit reasonable, but it's not going to get that much easier as Nana is a beat push available for Zeta Division. And these are the key timings for Kitsune Rush for beat, and these are the hard ones. They weathered the Kitsune Rush Storm with Nat Rally. Now they have the Nano to deal with this beat. I expect this Nano to be very much defensive, either onto Skewed or to Proud here. Donghack go out for downpour as well partway through this fight, which could help interrupt a lot of that beat push as well. The problem with Gibraltar is it's such a big and open map. You don't want to use the beat too early, but you don't want to lose anyone by the time you use the beat. So you have to try and close the distance without losing anyone. For now, Burner has actually swapped onto the Hazard and got into that ship for free. They try and go onto the high ground, but yeah, Flora's on the floor. The Suzu is good. He has to use it to save Flora, but can't save himself. Alfie's beat is used to live this downpour. Now the Nano onto Donghack to keep him alive. Looking for some of this damage. No great targets for him. They've actually lost it. And Donghack's just sitting there twiddling his thumbs with this Nano. Now they come out. Zest is underneath as both teams race to stabilize. Donghack is low HP. He's separated from his backline. Skew's got no shield. They're just going to fall over. The Nano should have been the saving grace there. But Donghack had nothing to shoot at. No targets, and Zeta get it over the line. The Hazard swap helped them out here. Interested to see if Skew chooses to swap it back, but honestly, the Anna Brig... The Brig's a little bit harder into the Hazard, but I don't... Anna Lucio also just feels really squishy, especially versus Sombra, so I might just stick for Brig into all of this. Just take it. It's a very good part of the map for Anna Brig as well. If we see it from Vigi's POV, we're going to see him really right at the back of the map, able to pocket everything. Decent nade options as well. Needs to be careful here, Proud, as he takes that duel. Pelican's going to hack up the Mega and find his next approach for this EMP timing. Won't have time on this cloak, I think, but you can see the ping there is onto Donghack.
I gotta go to tennis, mate, but you enjoy this game, okay? See you later.
Alright, mate, good luck in tennis. EMP round the corner, and Donghack does get one shot. Pelican's intentions were clear, and he nails that one. Bowler comes out from Proud, hoping for a trade, but all he gets is a Hazard in the face. Zeta are full steam ahead right now. Hack onto Vigilante, and this will be a late death for sure. Skewed gets back into spawn, nearly has that rally. But we're in desperate recontest situation. Zeta Division are getting close to double support ult. T1 need an absolute miracle. Zest is going Venture just to buy more time on this stall. Zest with the first touch. They come out now. Zest dives in for a kill. Kitsune Rush response. They've actually killed Pelican in all of this. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Zest sacrificed himself for that. Look at Proud on the high ground though. Can he find a connect? Rally comes through from Skewed. Bashed onto Bernard. They're not out of it yet. Proud on the high ground behind. He's found two. And Proud has saved them. Donghack and Skewed, Zest, they all sacrifice their bodies and their ults on the line to preserve it. And it is Proud. Was it an Ajax as well? Hold on. Yeah, it was. Not only does he get 2 kills, he Ajaxes him as well at the back here. Proud just completely unmarks on that. And Proud has saved the day for T1 on this third point. Right out of the Violet playbook, hey? And Alpha E is going to go over onto the Anna. So it was an Anna Kiri to try and finish the job here. Nano available for Vigilante as well as this downpour. No time to really work with his Zeta Division. They have to just go and try and make it work. Wall up the choke onto Bernard, puts him under some initial pressure. Bernard uses his wall just to buy more time, but Studa's all over him. The Nano comes out now onto Proud, looking for these kills, and Proud deletes Bernard. The downpour goes out, but it doesn't change anything. And T1 do secure the hold at the end. The spirit of Violet lives on. You can take the Violet out of Zeta. Wait, how would it work? But you can't take the Violet out of Zeta. It's not quite how it goes, but you guys know what I mean. And yeah, T1 recover there, because that was a pretty scary snowball. The problem is, though, it was a dogfight, right? Absolute dogfight. The Ana didn't really seem to find a lot of the value they really wanted. Felt like a couple of those nano turns were really poor. Even then, it was kind of a Proud clutch to save that, because that had full cap written all over it, right? Like, if Proud doesn't swing, get 2 kills, including an Ajax, is there any way they actually withstand both support ults? Yeah, thanks from Archer. Some of my best work, I think. All right. Remember, Zeta Division map up in the series. This is match point for them. So all they need to do is stop T1 matching their distance and they will win this. Decisions comp-wise, Zeta Division happy with what they did. Going to be using a hazard instead of a diva, so we'll just take that mirror. There we go. Thank you, Rushkit. You take the Violet out of Zeta, but the spirit will remain. That's better than what I did. You're promoted to my writer. You can be straight errors assistant. All right. Kiri, Lucio, Hazard as well from T1 here. Just taking that, well, almost a full mirror, give or take a Tracer for Sombra swap up here. We've not really seen Zest play any Sombra, only really the Genji and the Tracer and all of this. Donkhack's going to swing out aggressively. It's a bit of a drive-by, though. Doesn't find anything, so has to wall himself out. Cleared a bit of space, so Payload is moving all the while. And they can keep playing through that underneath for now. But Pelican's going to hunt down this Freya, and we see some of the power of the Sombra in this matchup against Freya in particular. Pelican now turns, but Zest will be able to blink away. Why is it broken my full screen? There we go. Reset for both teams. T1 seems to be trying to play in this more aggressive style. We see Donkhack take these very big engages. But not a huge amount of value on his initial ones. Zeta is actually playing quite slow. The payload's moved up quite a bit, so we just want to anchor it from this back corner. This also gives room for T1 to move forward and opens up Pelican through the back door. He's going to cloak up behind. He's going to hit another virus onto Proudfair. Also low as they come up here, and Pelican finds the kill. You just see the pincer position they are in. T1 caught between a rock and a hard place, and Pelican is just feeding off this backline. Vigilante's going to have Kitsune rush for this next fight. Minute and a half off the clock already. Relatively quick fight. But only 13% more for Finn to catch up to this, and then DPS ult's going to come into play for Zeta Division as well. The EMP will be a particularly brutal one part way through. Pelican now on the angle. He is being forced to cloak back to team right now. We'll see if Pelican, again, look at him retaking this position on the right-hand side of your screen right now. He wants to keep playing this coast area, trying to bait T1 into this pincer. Now he's going to get a hack onto Donkhack. Donkhack is low. Kitsune rush to finish it. And they just gets the kill. I wasn't sure if Vigi was going to try and clutch. Shooters not to. They are gaining a few meters here. You see Alfie goes back to challenge Zest right now. Zest is going to keep going behind. He's hacked up by Pelican. The chase is on from Pelican and Alfie onto the back, and they get their man. Zest is not going to be able to start behind. 1 minute 45 seconds left on the clock, and T1 are struggling. EMP for Pelican next. Cloaks up, and you again see immediately wants to retake his position on the coast, set up a pincer. He's actually looking underneath. He's got that EMP timing. Gonna cloak up and go again. T1 wants to go to point, but there is a Sombra coming behind him. EMP comes through, it catches only Skewed, but he lives. He can beat afterwards now. Skewed drops the beat. Downpour comes through in the front. Does it catch anyone? Proud knew which way Flora was coming, and the support ult comes through. Skewed there, survives the hack. The EMP is no good from Pelican. You know what he wanted to do, right? He wanted to hit the Lucio, knew they had B. If they could kill the Lucio, very similar to how they won that Runa Sappy, right? Like, can we hack the Lucio, stop the beat going off? He wanted the same play. This time there wasn't the follow-up, wasn't the kill. Really great work from Peli on that first point, up until that EMP. Now, on to the second point. And Donkhack's actually just, he's going to drop a downpour here. Donkhack is such low HP. It forces a Suzu, it forces B. And honestly, if I'm Donkhack, I'd probably just go, yeah, okay. I'll die a mile away from my team by myself, but I have forced you to drop B in a 1v3. So I'm probably okay with it. Downpour was invested of 2, of course, but Downpour for Beat. Beat is the more consistent, but more powerful ult. Really outrageous that Donghak gets for Beat Force in there. Even if Donghak had found a kill, it wouldn't have been worth the trade that far back. So the payload's moved a little bit for free as Donghak tries to make his way onto the ship. Little roof off, wall off onto Bernard as well. Trades that damage. Lots of Freya damage coming Donghak's way though, so he has to back it up. Finn's going to have this Kitsune rush very soon, so T1 are going to keep playing slow, playing through point instead. They have to drop and contest at a certain point. Zest is half HP underneath, needs that top up. And we'll go straight back to forcing point. We talked about cart control being more of a struggle for the Sombra team. See a bit of it here. Proud is awfully low, gets away with that, but it's Skewed who dies as they rotate underneath. Proud is low behind. Donghak's turned around to try and find a trade. Zest has killed Pelican, actually, and Donghak's killed Finn in all of this. Wait, Zest has hit the false bomb! They're just hitting everything! Zest and Donghak combined for free. They are awfully low, but wait, Zest now 1v1 against for Freya. Flora doesn't want to touch the payload. Zest is taking more meters. Recall has been forced. TP forward here from Finn. Doesn't want to have to invest for Sombra's back as well, so they will be repelled, but Zest stole a few more meters for free. And yeah, it's a water and wine, bread into fish. Pelican, though, does take down Proud, or helps follow up on some of that damage. So T1 are going to have to slow it down, but now they have a Kitsune rush to use up against Finns here. A reasonable situation, but you know how... everyone knows how difficult this part of Gibraltar is to retake from the attacker's POV. Difficult rotation, hard to get your backline in without losing anything. Don't want to have to use the Kitsune rush too early, really want it for point. But need to try and clear a bit of space on top. You see Zest is still threatening behind here. That's forcing Pelican out of the fight, really. So it's just a 4v4 up top here as the Kitsune Rush trade comes in. Finn tries to kite it. He ends up using it really far back. He TP's forward now. Pressure onto Skewed, who does not nearly have that beat. They've grouped up, and Skewed has the advantage if they keep going now. Bernard's downpour didn't find enough value. Skewed now with the beat to push. This could seal second point for them. They force the TP out of Pelican. Proud's going to go back to the high ground. All eyes on Skewed. The beat is ready. He drops the beat. They're already bloody dead anyway. Doesn't catch Zest, but it doesn't matter. The beat is going to be overwhelming for him. And now T1, they cap up second. And remember, Zeta Division did not finish the map, thanks to that Proud flank and that Alpha Yi Ajax. So it is in the balance now. T1 have to win this map to send us to map 5. Have to. Zest is going to go Sombra. Laura's going to get an opening pig. It's the first Sombra we've seen from Zest all day, right? Pelican's got the EMP all ready to go as well. Obviously, in this part of the map, it's a little bit harder to play the point force game like Zest was on second. So instead, to take more of a head-to-head matchup. Surprised he didn't just go Genji or something. I feel like we've seen him play more of that. But Pelican tries to face check it, but Slash, they just fall over. More free cart push. None of the ults used here. Bernard goes in for a desperate trade. No trade. Sub 1 minute and 30 seconds. They still have the ults to bail themselves out here, Zeta Division. And remember, the payload was all the way at the end. So T1 have to essentially full cap to seal this. And they've only got a minute and 10 seconds to worry about this beat, worry about this EMP. Last time they were up against this big bank of ults, and Alpha Yi Ajax bailed them out. Now the EMP over the top. Suzu'd actually onto Donghak. He tries to back it up. They survive the EMP, but Zest is stuck in. Yeah, Zest won't be getting out. Now the Kitsune Rush from Vigilante. Alpha Yi has the beat ready to go. Doesn't want to use it, though, as they have that player advantage, and the Kitsune Rush isn't finding the value. T1 have to back up while they Kitsune Rush. Disaster not to force that beat out of Alpha Yi. Can't Ajax if you just don't use it. And now Zeta Division double support ult for this final fight. T1 have to find a way to win. They've got the downpour, they've got the bowler. They have 23% off the beat. They can get the Skewed beat before they go, and I think they probably have to. Hat comes through on top, trying to pressure out this. Zest is in the back, forces the TP out. Now looking for it. Doesn't get all that much. Donghak is Suzu'd back. Bernard's actually 1 HP in all of this. They find the kill. Bernard was separated up top, but Kitsune Rush comes out. But T1 a chance to kite. No, Skewed goes down. Alpha Yi sees his moment. He drops that beat. Skewed won't be getting it. Downpour comes out. Finn TP's away. He's on the back line, but he dies for it. They double down for these kills. Now they're flooding back onto point. They can regroup up with Zest. Zest has the EMP soon. Skewed has the beat coming back. Bernard has a downpour. They found the trades. It's a water and wine situation once again. All the ults are coming up. Bernard can't use this downpour. He is dead. Skewed has the beat. Skewed drops the beat. Proud is dead. The EMP over it. They can't touch. T1 send us to map 5. How on earth do they keep doing this? How on earth do they keep doing this? Yeah, I didn't see, I don't know if anyone caught it, like, off screen. How did Bernard end up top on that bridge? We got time to take a look. Because there was 2 fights here now. We're a little bit confused. Like, the last fight is kind of just ult snowball. The last fight's just ult snowball, but the 2 fights before that are the really confusing ones. Because here we have Pelican. Just a real fucking moment on Sombra. This provides the opening. But still, ult situation looks good, right? And then, yeah, Bernard dies on point. Alright, keep our eyes on the hazards during all of this. So, yeah, Bernard... Donghak goes for the wall behind. The EMP comes through. Bernard's still good HP right now. Bernard is anchoring point. He back jumps back right, clears out and catches Zez. Then the Kitsune Rush comes out from Vigilante. And Zeta Division do a very good start, a very good job not investing back, playing it slow, realizing the pressure from T1 isn't there. Donghak's actually too low. Okay, so everything is good for Zeta Division right now. It's this next fight where stuff gets a bit peculiar. You see, they're all up here right now, right? You see, top of your screen? Everyone is up here right now for T1. Burner is on the bridge as well. They're going to leap over the top onto Burner. Hack comes through onto Donghak. They're all just, I guess for Freya, I don't know, I can't see exactly, but I presume the Freya is also swinging over this as well, right? And maybe Zest is obviously pressuring the Kiri, so Finn TP's away here. Flora, I think, is here right now, quite a passive angle. So I guess they just get all the damage onto Bernard, and then Bernard goes back into this room instead of, like, maybe down here or even down here, just somewhere where it's a bit more accessible. But yeah, Bernard, he just takes so much damage, he's back in there, and he's just completely separated. Now his Kitsune Rush is no help to him. Was he walled in, do you think? Oh, yeah, yeah, but the wall in doesn't stop him, like... Because... Oh, okay, I see. No, he's walled off this side, actually, yeah. Yeah, it's a good wall from Donghak. Yeah, I thought you meant in the doorway at first, but yeah, in this wall. And then Bernard... But... I mean, we can't see it. I guess he's just super low at this point, right? So he just has to go into desperation mode. So yeah, Donghak just wins that neutral, punishes Bernard's position. But then this happens, right? Pelican finds the hack onto Skewed, denies the beat coming off. And then the downpour comes out. And I think Finn TP's away, right? Doesn't have Suzu. But Alfie's going to get locked up. And this also forces Finn to be like... He has another TP though, right? I had no idea what happened between Zess and Flora, but one more kill goes through. Finn loses his duel. It's not really a duel because there's multiple people there. Thank you, Creed, for the 12 months. Yeah, I mean, Finn had another TP, right? So Finn could have just gone out, yeah. I don't know exactly what his TP options look like behind him, but... I mean, better than the options in front of him. And yeah, now this situation is actually just fucked for... the Zeta Division. It's like... Even if Bernard gets his downpour off, it's not possible. Whew. Alright. Fuck, I need a drink. I need a drink. Let me drop you guys to a quick advert. I'll be fast. I'll be fast. right. Hollywood. Oh. Surely it won't be a Hollywood full hold, guys. Come on. All right, let me cash for T1 winning map number 4. And then I'll get the Preds up for map 5 as well. Back-to-back map 5s. It is an all the marbles situation. Surely Midtown is a better pick. Yeah, I think there's an argument for Midtown, but I think also a pretty dive-friendly map at times. I'm surprised we didn't go King's Row, honestly. Surely you have to protect Diva. It depends how worried about it they are, because I feel like they also more than comfortable in the hazard, right? I know they've narrowly lost, but it's actually going to be an Ana ban. T1 have used the hazard ban already, remember? Sombra. I quite like it. I quite like it. Yeah. Do you think every single series will go to map 5 this weekend? I mean, I would love it to. I don't think it will, but not this weekend, but Saturday. Saturday could be the day. But yeah, I think the Sombra ban's really good. Obviously, we've seen Pelican play lots of it. The EMP is a big, difficult ult to deal with at lots of times. Well, at any time, really. So, seems a reasonable ban. Means Donghack could go Ball if you want as well, right? We saw the Ball turn around the Saravasa. Though I do think Zeta Division, I expect them to play a different version of a comp here. I'm really thinking we're in Diva and Hazard territory for Zeta Division much more than, say, an Orisa version of a comp. Maybe Orisa for first point, right? Is it the best I've Overwatched this week? For sure, Kruzzy, for sure. Hold on, we can talk about the Falcon situation afterwards, because Falcons are playing in the next game, so there's plenty to unravel there. But let's cast our full attention. Oh my god! The crowd is fucking up for this one, aren't they? The crowd is up for this one. Someone's gonna have some vocal cord damage in the morning. All right. So, Orisa on the defense. Torb with this as well. I mean, not too bad. Like, but Torb feels maybe like a bit of a rogue pick. We've not seen a lot of Torb in the meta, but I think this part of the map, there's not a lot of space for Tracer or Sombra or these type of flankers anyway. We're going to see Pelican try and play the Tracer, but I guess he can maybe blink behind or blink into the alleyway. Sort of a choice of left or right. He's gone left with Alpha Yi for now. But we're going to get a full Orisa mirror. Now, remember back from Saravasa, Zeta Division won this dominantly, and a lot of it was through their success with the ult economy here. But the Torb right now, dealing with that Tracer, repels it, and Proud's found the dual win in main. Flora shut down. Bit of breathing room for T1. Pick Hollywood into full hold. It wouldn't happen 2 weeks in a row, would it? Important not to count your chickens before they hatch. But for now, time off the clock for T1. More than happy with that. And we're going to see Pelican try and set up behind. Once again. Pelican now on the stairs this time, trying to find his opportunity. Catches for Freya on the other side, wants to put pressure in, but full pocket available here from Vigilante, so Pelican's going to have to recall back. Does recall a little bit back in front of everyone, but Burnout has a bit of space on point, but now Proud can re-peek this angle. Chance to go on this reload, looking for it. Bola out in the main. Don't think that catches anyone, at least not enough to get a kill. But now, Zeta Division, they've slowed it down. Flora is only on 40%. Proud is looking for more. He wants to go over the rooftop. Sees Flora. Doesn't find the bolt. Now Zeta are going to make an aggressive move forward, but they have to. It's difficult for him. They kill the turret, but there's so much damage from that Torb of Freya. Aggressive raid from Finn. Vigi does not have it yet. Zest is going to get run over by this raid timing, and the raid's going to make all the difference for him here. Proud has swung into the back. Pelican will finish it off with a clean blink melee, and they will get first point thanks to that raid advantage. And obviously, the flip side of having a comp like Freya and Torb that does so much damage is you allow the other team to probably do a bit more healing than you. So not ready for that at all. end up too close, and Zest is the one who gets punished there. We'll be swapping immediately off the Torb onto the Genji as we move on to the second point. Bigger interest for me is what's going to happen to these other tank players going to swap as well. They both have Terror Surge for now, so no reason to swap at this point. They can just take this fight up a choke. But do we see D.Va and Hazard come out more as we reach the high ground part of Hollywood? Flora's going to try and take this position. He's awfully deep, though. Where are we going, Flora? They try and swing to help him, but they walk straight into that Terror Surge, and it just ends up being easy cleanup as well. Flora really thought he could get away with that one, just trying to go through undiscovered, but he was most certainly discovered. Oh my god, grow up, Pelican. An outrageous stick attempt from Pelican there. He misses it, but we saw the vision. We saw the vision. If there's a time to do it, it's on map 5, right? Oh. Now trying to retake. We see Zest and Proud off our screen, marking his left-hand side. They are now on screen, and Alfie pops for Rally, but he is bulldozed. Doghack has ran him over on the horse. Burner's going to try and turn with the Terror Surge right now, and Pelican's found 2 kills. They are turning it with this Terror Surge, and the Rally Jacks doesn't mean anything in the end when you get that level of Terror Surge value. Now they can take the high ground. Eyes on Donghack's hero here. Does he swap? Or are they just going to tank the Orisa Mirror through all of this? Ball swap. There we go. All right. Suravasa all over again. 3 minutes on his attack. Zeta Division with a snowball position, but no snowball ults to go with it. Here is the boot through. Alfie has to bash back to the elevator. Gets himself on that elevator, but Doghack's going to be coming again. He's got another one. Tries to boot it. Boots the Orisa off, actually. Burner's in big trouble in main, but they're ignoring Burner in main so they can slam and push for high ground. They've cleared them all off. Now the Blade, they are all hiding in the corner. So much slash damage for Ray. Can't save you from that. All over them. And Zest is going to get the cleanup with the Blade there. The Ray, from Finn gets them nothing. A late trade on to Skewed, but what is that worth? And a great stabilization. And now... question is, I feel like there's a part of Burner that wants to go D.Va right now, but he nearly has the Terror Surge, and they don't have all that many ults. A Terror Surge bowler combo, Pulse Bomb combo, any of them. Really good, but not opting for the swap right now. And we saw this with Suravasa. Oh, wow. Pelican, I guess, was trying to go underneath, but Zest is going to say no. Repelled at the choke again, down to 2 minutes. And all the while, Donghack is getting closer to these mines, and these mines are going to be so brutal. This opening pick, though, maybe there's a chance Donghack goes for the initial slam. Chase out. Pelican's on the hunt, actually. Donghack's down to half HP, but now Donghack is resetting towards the Mega, and there's a chance for Zeta Division. And look how much space Burner's managed to take. He's cleared the entire high ground. Fortifier Boy's getting booped off as well. Now we have to retake from the low ground here, but again, look at Donghack. He's just booping people around on this high ground, making it so difficult for him. Finn is half HP, and now Donghack is going for it again, but Pelican, he's found the pulse bomb through all of it. This one connects. Donghack now coming in, slam onto the high ground. Mines come out right now. They're walking forward. Burner is into the back line. Don't think he can find these kills. Neither can Donghack, though. He's booped back in. He's in the jail, quite literally. Can't find this one. They can get one more touch before cap, but Burner is going to be able to gatekeep this door. They need a pretty early raid from Vigilante. He's popped it already. Rally in response from Alfie as they try and live, but here comes the raid. Here comes the slam. Bowler is up, but it's a miss from Flora. He still has the power position. Proud is up there as well as they try and clean up. Looking for it, but Burner's going to mark this. Genji shuts him down. They need more right now. Vigilante with the pedo swing. Takes down Pelican with it too. Skewed is moving towards point. Nearly has Rally. A great spear from Burner. Shuts down Vigilante. Skewed now with it. Only just under 2 meters. For Bash comes Fuse. Skewed is going for broke. He's killed Alfie as well. He's going back to point. Less than a meter to work with. Bash onto the tank. Pack's coming through, and Skewed has held. 20 seconds left on the clock for Rally, just in the nick of time. And they are going to stagger Finn out a little bit here as well. Proud with the execution. Less than a meter to go, but less than 10 seconds as well. They've got Terror Surge right if they can get to point, but can they get to point? It's all on Pelican. Pelican is there. Pelican give a touch. Oh my god, don't let him C9 it, guys. Scuda's there to market. They clear Pelican. Needs one more touch out of Pelican right now. They are nearly back. Donghak is harassing them as they come through. But here comes Varay. Here comes the Terror Surge. A blade to finish it. Finn goes down as Varay comes through. Where's Varay? Bernard's waiting for it. What direction is this Ray going? It's just stuck in the house. Zest gets a clean-up kill with a bowler. Flora has the power position. It's not over yet. Donghak nearly with the mines. Flora is on point. Mines available. Mines are dropped. The touch is so hard. It's a literal minefield and they can't. T1 get the hold on second. Where was that bloody Ray? I mean, fair enough, you have to use it early, right? Because the pressure's coming on, we're in overtime. Use the bloody Ray, right? Just send it towards point and let's get a Terror Surge Ray on point as we force objective. Let me do a quick replay, because thank you for the first time, Osama Bin Laden. Like, where is this Ray? We don't get a great angle. Like, it always feels like it's getting further away from us. Is it an optical illusion? The Ray's just going away. I mean, he died as he was casting it, so panic is the obvious answer here, but I mean, that's what they needed, right? Fuck. How do you even play versus mines there? I mean, once the mines are on point in an overtime situation, it's just cooked. Bear in mind, they'd already because Flora had got a good few decent trades, but it was like I don't know, it was like 3v3 or something. It was a bit messy. So now a clear win condition for T1. They had to reverse sweep Saravasa to keep themselves in this series. They had to clutch out Nat Gibraltar. Pelican has killed the Widow in spawn. I guess the spear set up by Banar is good, and Zest's Widow adventure, I think, is coming to a very swift end here. Maybe the shortest Widow adventure we've ever seen from Zest, as we get a little bit of lag. Come on, clean feed. Come on, hang in there. Donghak's gone Winston. I want to watch. Kiri, Lucio, Winston here up against the Orisa. Sim in play from Pelican on the defense. We've seen him, thank you for the boost, everyone. We've seen him play Sim on like Midtown defense and stuff like this before, but Proud has been left behind. An easy TP clean up there on the separated Freya. Donghak's going to try and trump on the backline. He zapped everyone, but the beam is too strong. Zest will find one trade, but not enough. And interested that they still commit to the Winston here, because without the Ana, again, we talked about it earlier when we saw this, like the no nade, no nano, it's a big deficit to this type of comp into some sort of ground version like Zeta Division are running. Gonna need to wait for their ult turns or their true power, but these ult turns will come quite slowly. They're onto the high ground now. Donghak's gonna look for a jump across, pressure onto Flora. Come on, clean feed, no! Boost, 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 boost. I'll pause it for a second, All right, let's go back to the dive. Sorry about this, guys. Coming through, swing onto the high ground, over the rooftops, but no! Flora shuts him down. Alfie's there with the cover. Pelican, oh, they're coming to help him out. They save Flora as well. And they throw everything in the kitchen sink at Flora, but the peel is good from Finn and Alfie. And they hold. Flora lives. And look at the ult situation. Oh my god, T1 have charged no ultimates. They're going to have a Kitsune rush soon, but Finn is going to have Varay to match. There's a Terror Surge as well. If anything, Zeta Division's the actual challenge for Zeta Division here is not to overult in this situation, because they're not coming up against a lot. Vigilante looking for this chance to use Kitsune Rush now. Donghak looking to line it up. Kitsune Rush round the corner now. Ray immediately back in response. More ults to throw into it if they want. Simbeam forces it back. And oh my god, Varay is just deleting them. Good discipline from Zeta Division. They knew Varay is more powerful in that head-to-head. And T1, they try and disengage, but they are on the back foot. They are so low. Take aim into Skewed. He's awfully low. Yeah, finishes him off. Donghak has traded onto Alfie. But Alfie, really worth not to use for Rowdy there. They can pick Alfie back up from spawn. T1, a minute and a half left on the clock. Would it be Hollywood without a full hold? Oh dear. Primal and B available. But the rally, the symbol, the terror surge, so many things to interrupt. They took the blade as well. Choice now for T1. Do they try and force out this rally, then commit with more ults? Or do they just use the beat blade and just try and force the kills through this rally? Donghack's going to go initially blade over the top. They want to force the kills through. All the ults coming out from T1 now. It is do or die. Terror surge with a lot of damage onto Skewed. Alpha Yi tried to kite, but he can't live. Zesta's Pelican has dropped a symbol in the spawn now, actually. They're getting primaled around. Banara's been separated on point. They're forcing it, but Pelican comes back. Right click onto Proud, but Donghack is still priming their backline around. And T1, they drop 3 at the gates, but they get all the kills. And Zeta Division trying to clutch that fight out, invested all the ults back as well. Burner has gone Diva. Are they considering the retake here? I don't think so. No, they're just going to swap Diva for second. Yeah, no, I guess he went Diva for the retake, but actually goes and swaps back to Orisa now. Thought Diva would be more useful on this second part, especially versus Winston. But while they had a difficult first point attack there, T1, this is where their comp should have the advantage. Because now, all of a sudden, if they can ever force Bernard to drop to point, they can just jump above him. Classic Overwatch theory here. For now, Bernard is holding onto the high ground and Pelican is taking the anchor point responsibilities. But you can see, Donghack and Zest, they can keep forcing that point. They can play their Freya line of sight. And this payload's going to keep walking forward. Remember, all they need to do is cap second, essentially. Or just under, a few centimeters shy. No one ultimates for a while here, T1, but they will get one more big bank of it. They try and swap round. Now they're going to jump onto the high ground, but Banara's still there, and Banara's played body blocker. No one will cross this bridge. Banar repels all of T1 for now. They don't force anything out. Have to be wary that Pelican is behind as well. Look at Flora swinging as well. Lots of damage potential coming through here. Steed is going to take a lot of notice. He lives. Suzu is good. Vigi has the Kitsune rush. And Proud's going to swing onto the dive. It's a Kitsune rush onto the high ground. Bowler comes out. Flora avoids the Bowler, but he can't avoid all the bolts. Zest and Proud finish up too. The Kitsune rush push is good. Finn was a little bit short of Ray. They didn't have the ults to match just yet. And now a big opening. Alpha Yi with an important trade. And Bernard anchors point. They will get plenty of time for the retake here. And T1, they have the beat, but Finn has the Ray, and Zeta have DPS ults here. We're approaching the final 1 minute, 30 seconds of this series. Either way, you see the yellow box of victory. It's just next to that other yellow box. That is an unrelated yellow box, not for victory. Donghack is now going to move up and cleave for choke. Proud has the high ground position. The beat is available. Zeta Division have to be very careful here. Out they come. Ray in response to that beat. Can they get out of this beat? Alpha is trying to rotate forward with the Ray, and Zeta Division, they flipped outside, but T1 haven't lost anyone. They've stabilized behind. Proud is out on top of the jail. Has to be careful here. They're all inside right now, T1. They're waiting for this primal blade term. But there's the Bowler. Flora doesn't want to let him reset. They push into Vigilante. They kill him. Donghack has the primal. Do they choose to clutch? Donghack has killed one. Zest is 1 HP. They're not choosing to clutch. They're saving the ultimates. 40 seconds left, and they choose caution. They force the Ray, and now it's going to be a primal and a blade. Last time we saw them just drop all of these ults at the door to seal first point. This time they don't have the beat to back themselves up, but they've got to kill through this rally. They've got to kill through this terror search. For now, they're just trying to clear the high ground, but Bernard will not give this up for free. He holds on. 10 seconds left. Now or never for T1. If there's a time for a big blade, a time for a big primal, it is now. Donghack is half HP, 100 HP. He pops the primal, tries to take Alfie for a ride. There's a blade over the top as well. What can Zest find? He has to dash defensively, but Brig is getting primaled in, but Banara's found a kill. Alfie is on the run. He's given Donghack the slip. Donghack hasn't found anything with this. Flora gets the cleanup. Vigilante, Kitsune rush to try and clutch. Donghack finds one. Finn needs to win this duel. He's looking for Finn out of the sky. Donghack's killed a second one. Finn needs more help on point. It's not over yet. They're forcing the point in. Pelican gets a touch. Vigilante's using the bubble to take the duel. Pelican is playing for time. Pelican is dead. Bernard is flooding towards the point. It's not over yet. Skewed is coming back. Both teams coming back. Alfie makes the Kiriko swap. Bernard is out of mech. Donghack is still zapping. They need to kill the baby. Zest is back. The baby falls. The sim is back. Desperation from Zeta Division. T1 are going to get over the line. It's just Finn. Nothing they can do. T1 in overtime. Win the series. How on earth have Vigi and Donghack turned that? There was only 2 of them, but it was all they needed. It was all they needed. T1 seal the deal. What a good win over Zeta Division there. Reeled bread into fish. I mean, I thought it was over. Let me cash for Preds and we can take another look at that fight. T1 win. Who gets player of the match? I mean, it's always Donghack, but it's probably actually Donghack. Zest had a great game though. You know, we've given Zest a fair amount of stick on this. I was gonna say on this show, but Zest. I mean, they give it to Zest, but Zest had a really good series. All right, should we take a look at that final fight again? All right, let's go piece by piece, right? Primal, Blade, Bowler against Rally Terror Surge. Because originally Donghack's Primal, he takes Alfie for a ride. Like, Alfie starts going over to the left, the Blade over the top. And at this point now, you know, Bernard doesn't seem to find too much. We don't really see what happens with a Terror Surge, but it doesn't really, there's no consequences, it seems, at least. Maybe Proud's one who's taking the most damage. Bowler out from Proud, but Bernard finishes that kill. They do trade the kill onto Bernard as well. But again, Flora, he's killed Zest now, but Blade doesn't find anything. And at this point, Flora's killed 2. He's killed for Lucio Genji. It's just Donghack and Vigi in a 2v3. So not the craziest, but remember it's also spawn disadvantage and everything like that as well. Oh, happy birthday, Overwatch. What a way to celebrate it. And then Vigi here. Like, he hits one dink onto Finn. Donghack is just sapping Alfie in the back, so he separated that. Vigilante keeps himself alive. Donghack comes back. Pelican on the point. He's got no recall, I think, at this point, so he's just trying to play with a touch as long as he can. Burner's going to fly out, and now it's just staggering back to point, but T1, their comp is so fast, right? Proud's coming back on Tracer. Burner has no choice, but he has to stay on point. And yeah, Donghack. Yeah, Vigi did really well. To get to that Kitsune, he survived the entire time as well. And then the bubble on point. I don't know if Pelly had recall. My impression is he didn't. Because we're quite deep in the fight here, so it seems reasonable enough to the fact that he didn't. But after the Primal, even though the Primal, like, it separates Alfie for a long time. But he keeps chasing it. He runs into a low HP Flora. He gets that kill. And then they leave Vigi to anchor point with the Kitsune rush. Bubble on point helps Vigi a lot. And then Donghack chases down Alfie at the end of that. Like, he had to primal him all around the map. The primal expires, the rally expires. Donghack has not expired, though. Still chasing Alfie down. Finishes off the kill. Oh, wait, we can see from Pelican's POV if he had recall. Yeah, no, he's on, like, 8 seconds now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, no, he just fucking ints, doesn't he? He just fucking ints. Oh, no. Because remember, presumably at this point as well, he has the perk. You were counting so fast, I think. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me do a Mississippi. 8 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. So maybe he doesn't quite have it. But also he has time to buy a second, right? Yeah, like, I think you're right. I did count too fast. So when he dies here, I reckon he doesn't have recall. He's like 1 second off. But he also has time to buy that second, you know? Just panic. Yeah, just panic. Because, yeah, we're only, like, we hit the 5 meter warning now, right? I mean, yeah, either way, whether he died with recall or it was 1 second, regardless of which is true, he had time, right? You know, he had time just to wait. So if he needed a second, he had it, you know? So it's a mistake either way. He either just didn't press the button, gets one shot, or he went before he needed to and didn't have it up in time. So either way, they could have stalled it out for a lot longer, right? And then maybe Bernard's touch is a little bit less pressured. I mean, great result for T1, right? And what a set of results this is for T1 now, right? Is that... Was it their last match as well? Yeah, they beat Crazy Raccoon. Zeta. Yeah. So after an 0-2 opening week, they called out the SSG opening. They've gone on to be Pokerface, understandably so, Crazy Raccoon, and Zeta Division. And tomorrow they should have a bit of a tap-in against Vesta as well to turn their record round to 4-2. Am I missing something but wasn't Alpha Year Flex DPS main? No, Alpha Year was a Flex DPS main. It's the same Alpha Year you're thinking of. Violet was removed from the team, so they moved Alpha Year from Flex DPS to main support. And honestly, he's looked pretty good, right? Like, I don't think there was maybe any moment there I'm looking at like, Alpha Year is the problem here, or he's struggling.
믿어준 팬분들 도파민 폭발시켜 드렸는데요. 팬분들께도 한마디 부탁드립니다.
오늘 진짜 아슬아슬하게 이겼는데 정말 다행이라 생각하고 앞으로도 계속 연승 이어나갈 테니까 많은 응원 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다.
많은 응원 부탁드리다라고 두 손 꼭 쥐고
Definitely a winnable series. This is from Zanamros.
이렇게 오늘의 두 번째 경기 풀세트 접전 끝에 T1이 승리
Yeah,
가져가고요.
winnable series for Zeta. They fumble it and T1 clutch up the meeting. Yeah, I think this. I think. Obviously, you always want to win the bloody game, right? But I think if this just looks like a game that really even between both teams. T1 had some clutch swaps and they won some crucial fights both on the Gibraltar and the Hollywood right at the end there. And ultimately, when two teams are pretty evenly matched, whoever clutches up is going to win, right? Whoever wins these 50-50 moments, that's who's going to win. And you look at the end of Gibraltar, you look at the end of this Hollywood, you even look at that... Remember, this was a 3-2. And this involved Donghack with an emergency swap to ball on Surabata to reverse sweep Surabata, right? So, these two teams right there with each other. But you have to give credit to T1. Another incredible performance in the books for Donghack. Zest, good for it today. And, yeah, I mean, it felt like everyone on T1 really played well, right? There was no real big weak link. For Zeta, key mistakes at crucial times, right? You think maybe Pelican getting one shot at the end of that, Gibraltar. You think Bernard getting walled off by Donghack at the end there of that Gibraltar as well. And then a couple of these rays from Finn. You know, poor investment decisions on Suravasa. We think the one at the end of Hollywood that wasn't going the right direction. The Hollywood attack that is for Zeta. Key mistakes, but this is what makes the difference. We've got winning comms now.
심해 나이백 깨야 돼 들어 아 신해 조심 나이스 야 김
Pumped, aren't they? Oh. Watch CC rock during the break. Yeah, I need a drink. So let me do that. But I can let me sort the audio out and then we can watch a bit of that in the break. Let me cut the VOD before I forget as well. Let me unmute it for you guys while I'm gone. Did Donghack have a reaction? Wait, I have to go back and check now. Alright, Donghack in the middle here, in the shadows.
심해 나이백 깨야 돼 들어 아 신해 조심 나이스 야 김동원
It's actually just a cold as fuck. No real reaction. A slight pushback. Bump. Bump. Another day at the office for old dongers. Just wins an insane 3-2. Yeah, good job, guys. Yeah, good job, guys. Alright. Falcons versus Old Ocean next. Let me leave you with this while I'm going to grab a drink. Get myself ready for this. All 5 mappers today, boys. All 5 mappers today. CC versus Rock. Looks like CC are actually in a commanding lead so far as well. But yeah, we'll take a little look at that. I'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching. We've got another good game in our series because the Old Ocean Falcons game. Yeah, China's happening at the same time. Laurentina and Joya. So it's a bit of a shame because it means the fixtures just clash. So we're gonna prioritize Korea because there were lots of good games today. But This is one of the best Chinese fixtures, really, all regular season. So we'll have a little bit of this in the meantime. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm back. Whoa, sorry, I was talking to my fiance. I see we got a pause here on China. Just got 2 minutes on that. Yeah, so I was talking to my fiance. She was out last night for a third hen do with the work girls this time. And she's got her maid of honor's 40th today. So she is trying to collect herself for another round. I am British, yeah. What gave it away? Hindu? A Hindu. Hindu. H-E-N. Not for a Hindu, no. Has there been a person named Xavier that's not British? Yeah. It's a French name, I think, my spelling. You obviously get a lot of Javiers in Spain. Lots of people, despite my physical appearance, mistake me for Spanish when they see my name and drop a Javier. Roger that, Panda. Oh, I should cut the VOD as well.